Yo, team. Today I want to dive into your business communication channels. Today, as humans, as users of technology, we're absolutely flooded with the communication tools that we have access to, both in business and in personal. And so this becomes very daunting, overwhelming, confusing for a lot of business owners and employees. Why? How do you keep up with the pace of change? How do you keep up with the pace of our workload and communication these days? It's just absolute next level, and people expect you instant replies on every channel whatsoever. So what do we do about it? And so I want to dive into, had many review sessions, process review sessions with staff members today. This became very apparent, so I wanted to do a quick video on this, so that hopefully this will help everyone out there. And so there was like, companies as a whole and staff members in these organizations are using emails heavily still, Microsoft Teams, Slack, text messaging, WhatsApp, Zoom, Google Meet, Skype, like just so many different chat systems. How do you keep up with the amount of chat systems? It's just crazy. I'm in many different channels on many different chat systems, and I too have to keep up with them all. I just make sure they're always open and I see when chat messages come through, but it can be daunting for people who aren't in the tech space. And so it became very clear that you need to develop a communication strategy for your organization and then roll this strategy out into your organization and get everyone on the same page, because I believe streamlining it, keeping it simple is the best option. Now, typically it's Google or Microsoft. That's what most people go for. The Google chat platforms have not been the greatest, Google Chat, Google Meet, etc. And so most people in Google environment use Slack, and Slack's a great chat system. And so you just got to make a decision. Are you on Google and you're all in on the Google and Slack platforms, or you're in Microsoft and you're all in on the Microsoft platform? This is, I guess, the best way of me explaining it in my simple terms, because then you got WhatsApp for business, text messaging, Zoom, emails, like you got these other chat platforms that essentially can be removed, if not used at all, to be honest, internally, because you can literally stick to one or two platforms. So you need to make the best decision for your business. So you first need to assess your needs. In my case, choose what ecosystem you're in, find out what the best requirements is for your team, find out the way your team like to be communicated with. So really dive into that with your conversation internally and with your team members first. So assess your current needs, then evaluate the features or the requirements that you need. So is it messaging? Is it video calls? Is it integrations? Is it file sharing? Evaluate the type of requirements you need from an internal chat system. Consider then all the integration. So I would always suggest find one ecosystem, have that one ecosystem support everything you need to do in your organization, because then you don't need to look at this integration. You don't need to build any custom integration. It just makes life a lot easier. But consider integrations, right? Consider if WhatsApp's a massive part of your organization, you're definitely not changing it, but you're using Microsoft Teams, then make sure you build an integration between those two platforms. Like this, just find a way, because the more you can keep together, it just makes the whole business better. Make sure it's really super friendly, super easy to use. Your staff members, your customers, they come first. So keep them in mind. Don't go and put something in place because you as a company want to put it in place and it's overcomplicated. Make sure it's super easy to use. Otherwise, people will always revert back to what they've always done. In this case, it's most likely Outlook and email. So really focus on that user-friendly scenario. Then we talk about data management. So are we keeping all our documentation in one spot? Is it spread everywhere? Is it still on our actual local desktop? You've got to find out where our data is located. Is it communication data? Is it a text message data? Like, do we have access to this? Do we have any controls around it? You really want to make sure you've got all the data in one spot, because then we can do reporting, we can do dashboards, we can build some amazing dashboards actually by knowing all the data that exists. And when I say data, like say team chat messages, I mean like group team members within a team, chat messages and conversations, and we can pull out analytics and sentiment and know what's happening and get like a finger on our pulse of our whole business. So I believe it's super important to be able to have all the data in one spot so we can do some really cool, amazing reporting off of it. And then last but not least, cost. We have to keep in mind the cost of this conversation. Can we do it out of the box? Is it in the ecosystem we're already in? Is it an additional platform? Like if you're in Google, but then you're using Slack, you want to make sure you're on the business version of Slack, not on the free version, because your messages get deleted after 30 days. So also similar to WhatsApp and the business version of WhatsApp versus the free version. So you just got to keep costs involved and make sure you just, I think, make all the other decisions first, unless cost is like 100% must have, then you go cost first. Assess all your needs first, get everything else answered, and then costs can be last. And go, okay, well, is there an ROI here? We can't change our entire ecosystem, so we want to keep our WhatsApp, for example. So make sure we spend the money from an integration point of view and a monthly cost. Otherwise, you move everything to one ecosystem, and then that cost essentially becomes null and void because it's included for free, so you don't need to pay for it. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about make sure you put in the effort in, you're selecting the right tool, and this will enhance your productivity. It'll streamline all your workflows, and it'll definitely improve your team collaboration. 100% will improve your team collaboration. So one thing that's never really missed is like people just go rogue. They just do their own thing, and this conversation is about streamlining that, bringing it all onto one ecosystem, and it just 100% hands down will help the entire business inside and out. All right, that's my 2 cents for today. Thanks, team.